Hey everyone, Corrie here coming in to do my weekly channeled message. I know this is now the 7th. It's not Monday, it's Tuesday, and we are recording this on the 7th, but we're also in the 7th year. So 7 seems to be the number this week, and it's like I just got this vibe, this energy that's coming, and I'm like as I'm waiting for the record to come on, I'm like just like sliding, just like dancing. And I was just listening to Adam Lambert, and he did a recording of the hero, waiting for a hero. And I'm like, waiting for a hero. And I'm like, it's such a cool song, by the way. And if Adam Lambert ever happens to watch my videos, I think you're pretty neat. Um, and so the video is pretty cool, I have to say. I mean, the original was a very good song, but this one is even, but it does also tie into the energy of what I keep getting today is that, it feels like the whole world is waiting for a hero, waiting for someone to come in. It's like waiting for there to be some sort of savior energy, waiting for there to be like some sort of end. And I know I speak about this in my predictions. I see like this big light coming in and just opening up. And I just feel like if we could all see ourselves as like a Care Bear energy, and if we could all turn the light on inside of ourselves and just be that bright light and be that inspiration and be that sense of inspiration of support for everyone, I think we'd be able to make a world a better place. But I also do have, and I do have the saviors. I do have the angels with me today, and I've been dancing with the angels since early this morning. I literally feel as if I have skates on my feet and I am back figure skating. Like literally, I'm just like, I'm going to find a pair of skates somewhere today, I'm sure, and I'm going to skate. I thought about making a rink in my yard. Like, I want to skate. And I'm like, I just want to skate. I want to move. And so it feels like our feet are wanting to move. And this angelic realm that's really truly with us. There's just this powerful sense of just feeling, sensing, knowing that there is this divine presence that is with us upon earth, that everything in our lives requires us to take the action steps towards change, and that we have to put the effort in. If we do nothing, if we just sit around waiting for our lives to get better, our lives don't get better. But if we are sitting in contemplation and meditation, if we're truly exploring, taking the deep dive, looking at all of these areas in our lives, we can start to see. Now we're on the back end of the full moon, and it was a Leo full moon. It was peaceful, it had some good energy, but it also had some fire. So the fire became a reflection. And if you are a water sign, or if your moon is a water sign, you may have noticed that you may be dealing with you may have your ego online, and so your archetypes of your victim, your self-saboteur, all of that may be online. So you may have your shadow having some conversations with you. So your shadow is active right now. And so you may be in some active shadow energy, and you may be wanting to like dive into the world and going to take over the world and do all of those things today. And you're like, I'm all alone. I have to do it all alone, blah, 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 whatever that may be. You may be there. And if you're there, know that that's not your truth. That's the shadow coming online, and all of those aspects of the shadows coming online because the fire is like pushing it up and out, and it's being pushed up and out so that you can look at it, so you can see it, so that it's like hot water, right? It's like when we get ourselves in hot water, right? It's like, so you may find yourself speaking words, saying things, doing things, burning bridges that may get you in hot water. Be very careful not to get yourself in the hot water, and to don't burn yourself. Don't burn those bridges today. Don't burn things. Don't get caught up because your shadow is online. Ask your shadow what it needs. And if you ask your shadow what it needs, if you ask that version of yourself, what do you need? What's really going on with you today? You're probably acting up. You're acting up and acting out. You're probably having a tantrum. You're probably like, F this, I'm all alone. I'm going to do this all alone. I got this. I can do this world. I can do this life. Yeah, well, it's not really a truth. So take a deeper breath than normal, breathe in and breathe out now, because the whole world is in an eruption, right? We have Mother Earth is erupting. It's nothing personal. She don't erupt with a personal intention to hit certain areas of the world or to cause harm. We are existing in it. And because our shadows are so alive right now, We are observing and we are seeing so much of the fragility of human life. And we're also seeing and witnessing, divide. And we're seeing divide in different areas, but we're also seeing it come together. So part of the world looks like a big circus act and looks like, I'm going to just refer to like the award shows and stuff. So acting like life is all beautiful and wonderful. And because we're finding some sense of peace in ourselves, it's all good because I can just ignore the rest of the world. Well, we can't ignore the rest of the world, but we also do have a right to celebrate and to celebrate our successes, to celebrate our wins. If we become all of the doom and gloom, how do we have the light that connects into the divine, into the angelic realm, right? And so the shadow is not bringing us online. The shadow is coming online, but it is not light. It is not a higher vibrating energy. So if you burn the bridge and you're in your shadow, you're on the lower end of the bridge. You're in the emotions, and then you're stuck in your emotions. You're trapped in your emotions. And beyond that, then there's going to be like guilt, or you're going to continue this story throughout the year. And you're going to find yourself isolating yourself away from what is most important and the path we're supposed to be taking. So, it is okay to really, truly honor and celebrate, but also to remember that there is still other energy. And so the shadow reminds us, I'm still here, but I don't want to play this game with you no more. I don't want to dance with this. I don't want to dance with the devil, right? I don't want to dance with the shadow. I don't want to dance with the dark. I don't want to dance with this no more. I don't want to play these games anymore. I don't want to be stuck in manipulation. I don't want to be in this energy of compromising the journey that I have taken and put the work in. That's how your shadow is talking to you today. That's how the energy is coming up today. And so this is about knowing that we are at a peak. When we're at a peak, it is the same thing of when you start to live your best life. The energy of those who are not living their best life yet, they want to bring you back down. They're like, oh, I miss you. I want you back, right? They want you back because it fills the need. It's the match. You want to match. You want to be in alignment, but you're not here to match right now. So if you're matching your shadow and you're allowing the shadow to make those choices and decisions for you today, you're going to find yourself doing things for the rest of the month that are really, truly just going to be exhausting. There, you're going to open your mouth and you're going to act like the kid, right? And it's like, these things are just here, but we are, it's like we are bringing into, and we have put the work into a lot, not everybody. If this is new to you, then I want you to know that this is just the beginning, that if your shadow is talking to you, if you're having a tantrum, if you're acting up, something has been neglected, you're telling yourself an old story and you're trapped in it, and it's time to start some sort of healing journey. This day feels like the beginning of a new massive awakening. And when we think we awaken, trust me, I've done many of these journeys, is you think you've awakened, you're like, yes, I've done it. And it's like, boom, no, you haven't. And then here we go again. And so an awakening is nothing more than a massive aha, a realization that comes with a deep-seated honesty with yourself about how human you really are, and about how deep those habits, that subconscious beliefs really truly have upon us, and freeing ourselves of this. And so the angelic realm come in a supportive way, and they're chuckling at us today. And there's a beautiful green angel coming in over here. And I know I have Archangel Raphael here. And over here I have Archangel Raziel. And Archangel Raziel is really, truly coming in, just saying, you know what, just chill out, slow it down, breathe it through. Don't burn that bridge today. Don't let your shadow make your choices and decisions today. Sit back down. Who are you trying to show up as? And you're trying to show up as an old version of yourself. Sit down. We got things to do today. And so that's coming in all the way around, because when the shadow comes back online, it's coming back online so that we can heal the aspects of that energy that needs the attention. What really needs attention today? Is it that inner child that really needs attention, that the wounded inner child, or is it the divine that's ready to guide us, the divine that's ready to take us on a new journey? the divine that's ready to take us on the thrill of a lifetime, whatever that may be. And trusting that and allowing that to be our path and our direction is like, I am so over, I'm so over having to be serious and having to be caught up in the serious, but I'm also very serious about the things that are important and what needs to be done and speaking those truths and being with it, but also done with letting that serious aspect of myself that's really looking in a negative way and saying, like, I can't believe they're doing that to me. It's like, you don't want to be in that energy. Don't let yourself get in that energy. And so the angelic realm is shining a light for us today. And we have this illuminating light. And it's like it takes the spotlight and that shadow that's hiding behind the corner. So that little version of you that's sitting in the corner, sulking with your knees all bent up in the closet going, nobody loves me. Nobody's here for me. That it is like all the light is shining up and the angels are sitting in front of you and it's speaking to that version of yourself. And this could be a version of you even from the past couple of years. This don't even have to be a child. It could be that it could. So how do we want to put this? So the influence and the impacts of situations and relationships you've been in the past few years that have similar feelings and leave you with the feeling of abandonment, being left out, being betrayed, whatever it may be, link it back because it's still, the experiences are recent, but the energy of it goes all the way back. And sometimes it just feels like the world will never, if you're still trying to wait for that validation or that hug that you didn't get as a kid or that sense of self, no matter where you go, it's never going to be enough because the hunger of the monster within, the hunger of the shadow will be so great that no matter how much you feed it, you're never going to be able to feed it enough. It'll always be starving for more, and you will not be able to see the world with gratitude and love and appreciation for what has happened. So as long as you're in that energy, as long as you're stuck there, as long as that's what you have, as long as those thoughts get in, then that's you're always hungry for something. You're always starving for something. You're always deprived of something. And so everything that could start out as a good situation or a great friendship or a great something will eventually get lost to the belly of the beast. And you'll feed it to the belly of the beast because you'll find a reason why, because there is no sense of satisfaction. You're never satisfied because it's still the energy that goes all the way back to the childhood. And that's like, it's like glowing. And it's just like, you know what? There was the essence of this divine essence within us. The divine has a childlike energy, but it has a level of maturity. We're here to spiritually and emotionally mature and evolve. And when we are when we're in our thoughts and those thoughts are happening and we become defensive, we become the rebel. It's like, how come nobody's appreciating me? I'm going to do it all on my own. Screw that. I'm out. Then, who's really responding? Catch that. It's on the heels of this energy. It is from the full moon. The full moon was this powerful. It was mature. It had a mature level. Well, when maturity comes in, when love comes in, when authenticity comes in, it usually irritates. It usually exposes. It's like when someone says, like, often I'll get things from people say, you make me feel this way. You make me feel this way. You intimidate me. I'm like, I used to be, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Oh my God, I feel so bad. What can I do? And it's like, no, I don't. I don't intimidate you. I don't make you feel that way. You make yourself feel that way in the presence of me. So something that you're telling yourself is doing that to you, not me. And I will not take responsibility for that. You are not responsible for how somebody else feels. The feelings that somebody else creates in them, the emotional response that somebody else has is because it is created within. And there's such an addiction to that energy and to emotions. That emotional response becomes the driving factor in people's lives. It becomes what gives them, that's what motivates them. That's what gets them action. That's what gets them moving. But it's always then a temporary satisfaction. It is not a real truth. It does not really align to where we're going. And the Oracle is really calling this up and out today. We're feeling this. It is all the way around. It's time for us to start evolving. It is just like watching a room full of grown adults acting like desperately seeking attention. It just drives me insane. And it's not me that drives insane. It's that, can't you see you're already seen? Can't you see you're enough? Why do you have to lose yourself? Why do you have to create an identity to think that that's the way to be loved or to be liked? What if who you are in just your own skin, in just who you are, is enough? And when we start to get back to those basics, and we start to really realize, and we start to tell ourselves truth, maybe the people that I keep seeking attention from, maybe they're just busy. Maybe they do have time for me. Maybe I've created a big enough story that I've told myself enough so that I could feed this monster. I could feed these emotions. So be aware, pull the shoulders back up today, take a deeper breath, breathe deeper. And it's a beautiful sunshiny day. And as we have these angels with us, and as this angelic, it is a time of healing. This week speaks about healing. It's about not judging what is happening, but let it flow through. Sit with that monster, sit with that version of yourself, and be honest. Like, what is really bothering you? What's really happening? What am I really doing to myself? And then over here, we have this sense of being able to be connected. So we have healing and we have connection. So bringing the healing in and then be connected to the other aspects of ourselves, connected into the spirit, into our spirit, letting our spirit come to life, living from the essence of our spirit, letting our spirit come online and letting our spirit fill us, letting our spirit show us, guide us, walk us through what we should feel like, what this feeling is, what this excitement really is, like what is really happening, and sit in that with patience and just knowing that the spirit will guide us where we need to go in the divine timing, and allowing it to unfold a level of realness, rawness, maturity, sense of self, like so many things that are just waiting for us. And sometimes we just need to slow down the conversations. Just don't engage in the thoughts. Just know that that hungry monster we're feeding inside, it's like, it doesn't need to be fed, it needs to be freed. And if we stop feeding it and we free it, it's amazing the shifts that will happen within. So stop feeding it and free it. Stop feeding the shadow, free it. Let it walk through your light with love. When you come online, when your light comes online, when you embody the essence of the divine and your spiritual self, the more that this light comes online, and that's what's feeding and nurturing each and every one of us all the way to a cellular level, on a deeper level, and being in this light and knowing that as spirit enters, that we are spirit. Our human needs us and we need our human, and we need our human to know what it's here to learn. It's here to learn love, and it's here to learn what love really means. And that love starts with being a little more unconditioned to the old patterns, to listening to the shadow and letting the shadow and the emotions push and guide us, and allowing the spirit to push and guide us. And when we allow spirit to guide us, our greatest sense of our gifted self comes online, and our gifts are for us first. And it's for us to use for us. It's for us to live our best human life and to remember that we're here to live. It's not about creating this big celebrity status. It is not about anything. It's about living our best life. And it's funny because the shirt that I end up putting on today is actually the Rebels. And it's got the eagle. And I've been writing about this for days. And I just realized the shirt I put on, because I was cutting my dog's hair and then I had hair on the shirt I was going to wear today. And so it's born to be free. And as long as we are a slave to our shadow and to feeding that and having to be available to feed it, then we will never be free. And if we don't set ourselves free of the versions of ourselves of the past, we'll always continue to be those versions. And your future will look just like your past. It'll just be the faces of different people that eventually you'll be angry at, eventually you'll be pissed off at, eventually you'll be able to tell the same story of how they abandoned you, how they did this to you, how they did that to you. Are you done with that? It is time to be done with those stories. It's time to end those narratives and start to be able to tell a new story, live in your truth, find that sense of self, and be the authentic, truest version of you. And that's our weekly message. And following it through, we have Queenie. And this is the, we have the good, bad, and the ugly, and it all exists within us. And it's not, the ugly is not the ugliest of us. It is the fact that it's what happens to us when we deny ourselves the truth, and we deny ourselves the honesty, and to, keep tearing away at our own sense of integrity. Our sense of our spirit is here to guide us. Our human is here to walk the way. Our spirit, our soul knows what to do. It's lived 1,000 lifetimes. It don't need us. It needs us to literally provide the experiences so that it can acknowledge and celebrate the ending of karmatic debt, to be able to break those soul contracts, to finally bring things full circle so that more and more of the light can come on. And imagine if all of our souls can illuminate this amazing light, what our world would be. So a month of healing, a month of allowing in this light to illuminate and to enlighten us to a new possibility, that the story that we've told ourselves, story it keeps entrapping us, is false and not truth. And that everything we keep wanting and wishing is because we get away from our truth. We keep wanting something more. And so this silver thread right here, this silver lining, this water level above and beyond, right here is where we make our truest choices. When we live down here, we live up here, but we can be in both worlds. We can live in all worlds. We can live as a part of everything. And if we can live as a part of everything within ourselves, then we can be more adaptable to living all together here up on earth. And that's a truth. And so if we want the world to be better, we have to be better, one by one. And that's our message. Yes. Now, is there a lot of worldly stuff? Yes, but I've been calling those things for months. I'm sick of talking about them. I said there was going to be massive earthquakes. I said we're going to see major Mother Earth, energy. We're going to see a lot of sinister energy this year. It is there. It's in my predictions. It is in my messages. I don't want to repeat it again because it's old language, and that's not what the divine wants me to speak about. They want me to speak about this. So we're moving on. And we're moving forward, and we're not ignoring that those things are here. But what does those places in the world need most? They need love, they need support, and they need us to be able to be the lights, to be the change, to be able to help out in however we can be of service to each other. And so sitting home, complaining about how bad your life is when you can be showing up. And that's what we need to do. It's time to start showing up. What that means, don't rush out to feed the shadow. Start feeding the light, living in the light, and just trusting the light has much to give us. And these beautiful angelic beings are here for us. And this beautiful healing, embrace it. We're sending it your way today. We're sending this through and out into the ethers, and so it can drop into you, drop into the top of your head and into your heart. So can open you up to the possibility that maybe this week, maybe this day, there's a new aha that helps to awaken and bring online one of the evolved sense of your emotions, the other side, getting on the other side and not burning any bridges, and just being true to you and true to love and true to truth. Much love. Bye-bye.